Watch this video to learn how to play Gallop Pony from the My First Piano Adventure Level B lesson book. Today we are in the My First Piano Adventure Level B lesson book, and we are looking at Gallop Pony. With Gallop Pony, we are going to learn how to read a new note. Are you ready to see our new note? Our new note goes on this space in between these top two lines of the bass clef, right here. This is bass clef G. We already know how to read bass clef A and bass clef B. The song that we can sing for this goes, A's on the top line, step down to G. A's on the top line, step up to B. Do you see how A is on the top line of the bass clef? That's why we sing it this way. A's on the top line, step down to G. A's on the top line, step up to B. There's also a hand move that we can do. Can you put your hand out flat like this? We sing A's on the top line, and then we're going to put the note below the line like this. Step down to G, A's on the top line, and now it's going to go above. Step up to B. Okay, let's sing it together. Get your hand ready. Here we go. A's on the top line, step down to G. A's on the top line, step up to B. One more time. A's on the top line, step down to G. A's on the top line, step up to B. Great. Now let's make sure that we know where this G is on the piano. So this G is just below middle C. Here's middle C, and here is this G. So this note, bass clef G, is only the G on the piano that is just below middle C. Can you play it? Great, now you know how to read bass clef G. Now let's learn how to play the first line of the song. We are going to begin by looking at where our hands go. So I do notice that it is in 4/4 time. That means I'm going to have 4 beats in every measure, and a quarter note is going to get a beat. I also notice that it tells me that this song is going to go quickly. We don't have to play it quickly when we're first learning it. That's what we'll do after we get really good at it. And then I notice that my second finger for my left hand goes on that line. Which note is on the top line? Do, 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 do. A is on the top line. That is an A. And that's where your second finger in your left hand is going to go. You can go ahead and write an A on that line. And then my right hand thumb will go on this note, which is C. And where is our third finger if our thumb is on C? Let's take a look. Thumb on C, third finger on E. So you can write E next to the 3 and C next to the 1. And that means that our hands are going to look like this. Our thumbs are going to be next door neighbors. Okay, now let's look specifically at this first line and how it goes. We're going to start by tapping it. So get out a finger, or you can clap it. I'm going to count to 4 and then we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta 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 ta. Great. Now I notice that I have some repeating notes. Do you see the repeating notes here? Go ahead and draw a circle around those and draw a circle around these. And then we have 2 repeating notes here 2 repeating notes here as well. Let's try to sight read this now. So go ahead and put your hands on the piano, and we are going to play this line together. 1, 2, start with A. A, C, and E together 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now 2 A's, 2 G's, and 1 A. The last thing I want to look at with this is the dynamics. Do you see here where it tells us to play forte? We're going to be playing this very loud, and there's a repeat sign, so we play it twice in a row. I'm going to have you pause the video now to follow some independent study instructions.
All right, it's time for you to do some independent study. You are going to pause the video here and play on your own 3 or 4 times independently. The very first time that you play, you're going to practice playing the correct notes. The next time, the correct rhythms are your focus, and the last time, the dynamics are your focus. If you have a rendition that does not seem to go well, then you should try it again with the focus point that you were working on the last time. Okay, go ahead and pause and practice.
Okay, let's take a look at line 2 now. Line 2 has a totally different rhythm. Let's tap it together. I'll count to 4 and then we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, 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 ta. Great. We're going to play this now, and it looks like we have 2 repeating notes right here and 2 repeating notes right here. So I'm going to put this on the piano, and we are going to put our hands right where they were for the last line and try it together. It begins with 3 on E. 1, 2, here we go. 3, A, D, C, C, D, C, B, B. Great. So the dynamic instruction for this line says that it is quiet, it's piano. I'm going to have you pause the video and do some independent study instruction.
Time for your independent study again. You are going to pause the video here and practice line 2 3 to 4 times. The first time, you're going to focus on playing all the correct notes. The second time, your focus should be on the rhythm. And the third time, your focus should be on the dynamics.
Okay, we are ready to look at our last line now. And I want you to look at this line and tell me if you have seen it somewhere before. It looks an awful lot like the first line of the song, doesn't it? In fact, the only difference are these words right up here. Those words say slowing down. So when we get to the very end of this line, we are going to go slower and slower. Let's listen to me play that so you can hear how that sounds. Here comes the slowing down. So it makes it sound like an ending. Okay, try it with me. 1, 2, here we go. Now we're going to start slowing down. Great. You now know how to play all of the lines of the song. So if you look at the structure for this song, you're supposed to play the first page twice, forte. Then you play the second line from the top of the second page once, piano. Then you play the third line, forte, and you make sure to slow down at the end. So I'm going to have you pause the video and do some independent study work one more time.
Okay, this is the last independent study section of this video. I'm going to have you pause the video again, and this time you're going to play the entire piece. The first line twice, then the second line, then the third line. The first time you play it, you're going to focus on playing the correct notes. The second time, your focus should be on the correct rhythm. And the final time, focus on those dynamics. Here is your practice plan for Gallop Pony. You will notice that it is pretty much what you just did on the last pause and play. You are going to practice Gallop Pony 3 times every day. The first time you're going to focus on the correct notes, the second time on the correct rhythms, and the third time on the correct dynamics. Thank you and have a great practice week. That is it for this video lesson. You did a great job sticking all the way through this video with me. If you liked it and found the video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And you might want to consider subscribing to my channel so that you can have access to see more videos to help you along your learning journey.